Hi everyone, Michelle Fixit here. Do you have a bad stud? Do you need to remove your bad stud? This video will show you how to remove your bad stud. And this is super awkward because like husband cat is right over there and he's looking at me, and like normally people don't look at me when I'm doing my videos. Also, I have a bad nut here too. A lug nut. So it broke on T2. So this video is that is super in the wind, is going to be how to remove a bad stud or a wheel stud, and what to do with your bad nut, your bad lug nut. And my husband cat is looking at me all funny. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, because T2, the Dart Trailblazer, has a broken wheel stud. If you want to be technical, I just call them studs. And the lug nut is broken with the wheel stud in there. So, bask in the badness. Alright, so we are going to be replacing this wheel stud, and we also have new lug nuts, and we're probably going to end up replacing more than one, but we have one to start with. So we'll do one for you guys so you can see, and then we'll probably make a different video for the rest of it, because it's going to be kind of tedious. But don't keep bad studs. You gotta get rid of them and replace them with new ones that are nice and shiny and pretty. My husband cat is looking at me so messed up. Alright, stay tuned. This video is for you. Okay, humorous stuff aside, it is really, really cold, and I really don't want to be doing this, but I'm doing this because I love my husband cat and T2 and all that fun stuff. So, there are going to be tools that you need in order to replace your wheel stud. You're going to need something to remove the lug nuts. 4-ways are great for that. You're going to need a jack, which is off camera. You're going to need jack stands for safety. And you're going to need... No. My husband cat brought tools out for me. Okay. And something to whack things with. Hammer, mallet, sledgehammer, not anything rubber because it's metal. And also, I call it Master Blaster, but PB penetrating catalyst. So you can spray your lug nuts, and that way you can see how everything's going to go. So the way that we got in this situation is we took T2 in to get a full set of tires. They replaced the front two, and then the guy was like wrenching away. I was not there. I would have been a grumpy person about it. But some people shouldn't have air tools. They shouldn't, because they are overzealous with them. And so the guy was like, yo, we can't replace your back two tires because they were squeaking and da-da-da. We don't know. You probably need new wheel studs all around. Which is very interesting to me because the front two were fine, but the back two were not. And word for the wise, if my husband cat just came out. He doesn't want to be in videos, but I think he wants to be in videos. Well, I'm going to require your arm strength because I'm not going to overly exhaust myself. You want to show them what you look like? No, he does not want to show you guys. So, he has a cover hat thing, and then he has like a cover face thing, and so he looks very interesting. Anyways, so we're gonna spray the PB penetrating catalyst on the wheel studs and the lug nuts, or the wheels, or the studs and the nuts, and we're going to try to wrench these guys off. And I have my husband cat because I do not want to really exhaust myself, and so sometimes I require his upper body strength so that I'm not exhausted for days on end. So let's give everything a good spray. Can you see? You can see. Spray. No spray. No sprays. The can is dead. The can has stuff, but it is dead can. The nozzle might be messed up, but it's not even trying to make any noise. So technical difficulties stand by. This one has a better tip anyways.
Alternate title, the other one lost that nothing but squealing.
There's more control over this one too. Because if you are having to use a penetrating spray, you do not want lubricating things on your like rotors and your brakey stuff, because it is not going to do brakey stuff, but that's bad. So we're lubricating all of our nuts, studs, our lug nuts, wheel studs. I'm like an elementary child with my with my body humor. It's funny. It's true, but it's funny. So we're gonna go to the other side and do, well, you guys will stay here. I'll go to the other side and I'm gonna do those too. All right, so now both sides are done. What we're going to do, we're gonna get our 4-way on here, and I am only going to do one. I am going to do one with foot power, possibly, and then husband Cat will do the rest of them. So for me, you have to make sure that everything is straight. I grumped him a lot about this. So you want to make sure everything's seated properly when you're trying to take your lug nuts off. So make sure that it's straight, and then if you don't have a bunch of upper body strength, you're going to use your foot. And you're going to push down, and then spin it around, push it, push it, push it. And that is how you're going to do it. If you have upper body strength, then like you just like manhandle it. But if you don't, or if maybe you don't want to save your upper body strength or something else, then use your foot. It's not a big deal. Eek. It's been a minute since I did this.
Why don't you stand on this side?
Ah. Because I normally do it the other way. And I will try. I will do your way if you want me to do your way.
You do.
Because then I have to use my non-dominant. Yeah, you already broke it. Oh yeah, we did previously investigate this, and so that's right. He did already undo a little bit. Eek. Ah. Ah. Yeah, I don't like that side of the switch. And I just fought with one of the Jeeps with cranking it, and so my legs are already a little grumpy. See, if I have whatever position works well for you, it's so awkward when somebody's watching me. I know you guys are watching me, but like, husband Cat doesn't watch me as often. I'm gonna try it again. It's been a minute since I had to do this. Here's the point. But yeah, that's what I normally do. And it is still a workout. And I forgot these are messed up all the way through. So that's the other fun thing. Is normally once they're broken, you don't have to keep fighting them like this. And when you're first trying to take off the wheel or do anything with it, you want the vehicle to be resting, and you just want to break the nuts off. And so that's just basically doing your rotation, and remember your start pattern, to just make it where they're all broken. And then you're going to jack the vehicle up, and then after that you're going to take them off the rest of the way once you put jack stands and safety precautions and all that stuff on there. So since this one is already technically broken, I am not going to continue to exhaust myself with fighting with it, because in a vehicle that doesn't have issues with studs or lug nuts, I wouldn't be struggling this whole time. I would just rotate through the rest of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have husband cat make sure that all of them are broken, and then we're going to do the other side, make sure that all of those are broken, because you did see how you're supposed to remove them, and this is probably going to end up being a long video anyways, just given the length, the time it takes to do this repair. So I'm going to pause you guys, and he's going to break the rest of them, then we're going to break the rest of them on the other side too, okay? Alright, so all of the lug nuts are now broken, and so we're going to put the jack underneath the vehicle, jack it up, and then we're going to put the jack stand underneath the vehicle as well to make sure that everything's safe. Because if you guys are not aware, jack stands can gradually lose pressure. They can decide to just... Jacks can lose pressure. Again, it's super awkward because normally I don't have anyone with me, so it's going to make me make more of a boost than normal. So jack stands do not lose pressure because jack stands just have notches, and they stay unless you pull the lever, and so they are safe. Jack stands work with pressure. Jacks work with pressure, and so you pump them up and then they hold pressure. But since they have seals, and since there's a few different moving parts in there, they can gradually and slowly lose pressure, and you can find yourself trapped underneath the vehicle. Apologies, I always try to add safety into things, but it has happened to a couple of people that I've known. I've heard the horror stories, so I always try to make sure that people are completely aware, because just because you see someone do something that is unsafe one time and it's okay, do not make that your standard. So use your jack to jack up your vehicle, and then put your jack stand underneath your vehicle so that you know you are safe. I'm very grumpy if I find out one of you guys gets smushed by a car because you didn't listen. Okay, so we have the big red jack that I got specifically because it was red and it was big, and it's the only one that can jack up the CJ7. So what you want to do if you are doing this on a Trailblazer or whatever other vehicle you have is, if you have an older vehicle, you're going to want to put it on the frame. So there's a circle there, and you put the circle underneath the frame, and you jack it up a little bit, make sure that you have enough surface contact, and then you continue to jack it up. Newer vehicles or cars now have like a divot thing on either side. The Transformer has one, or has 4 to be exact, and so you don't put it on the frame for the ones that have the divot. So vehicles that have running boards like this, or older trucks, you're going to put it on the frame. Newer vehicles or cars, you're going to see that it's a straight line. Like, imagine this is not here, this running board. So under here, there's going to be a divot, and it's going to be an approximate size for either the jack that comes equipped with the vehicle, like in the Transformers case, which is Chrysler 200, and you're going to stick it there, and you're going to use that to jack it up. Or if you took it to a shop, then they would put the levers on there for the lift, and they would use the same thing. I think the Transformer is the only one that we have that. Everybody else is on the frame. So that's what we're doing right now. And I'm gonna check to make sure that husband cat is in correct placement, and then I'll be back. Okay, so when husband cat was asking me to check his work, I'm not going to show you guys where he wanted to put the jack. This is your frame. Ours is a little rusty for this vehicle. Don't put it on something like this, because this is a bar. This is a bar that can be removed. You're going to want to have your actual frame. So you're going to put your jack on your actual frame. You don't want to put it in a part that's compromised, because like right here, this has got other stuff going on. You don't want to do that area. You want a flat area that is your frame, okay? So I wasn't going to do it, and then I decided to do it because not everyone knows. All right, so now the vehicle is going to be getting jacked up. Go ahead. Is the e-brake on? Because that tire was moving a little bit more than I felt. Also, make sure your e-brake's on. Because I didn't like how the tire started moving. Because we are on a little bit of an incline, which is not safe. But given the property that we're at, it's the only option that we have. So you want to lift up the vehicle. You want to be able to have, now that the vehicle is lifted up, there we go. You want to be able to have clearance under here because we are going to have to remove the tire. So make sure that you jack up your vehicle enough so that you will be able to remove your tire. And then you're going to put a jack stand underneath your vehicle on the frame, flat part of the frame that's not compromised. Don't put it on a super rusty spot if you have a rust bucket vehicle. Don't put it on a support bar or a bar that comes off whenever you're doing some type of like tank removal or something like that. And don't put it where it joins up with a shock or something like that, okay? So we're gonna jack the vehicle up just a smidge more because the jack is gonna be higher, or the jack is making the vehicle a little bit higher so that the jack stand will be able to go underneath it. And if it's already this high and that's exactly the height that you want, and you put that jack stand under there, then it's gonna, you have to have clearance to get the jack stand under there. So you're gonna lose some space. You want it a little bit higher than is necessary so you can put your jack stand in place. So we're gonna do that. All right, this is what I was talking about. So you have your jack stand on there, and you have your, and you hear that? That is a pressure release from the jack. It doesn't always make noise, but that's what that was. So we have our jack stand in place. We still have, you hear it? Oh, now his cat's messing with it. You see that we have clearance. And so we're going to untighten or loosen and remove the rest of these lug nuts. And we're gonna go for replacing this guy, definitely, and probably this guy as well. The other ones got freed up with the Master Blaster is what I call it, but it's the PV Blaster. And then we're gonna take the tire off. All right, so Husband Cat removed one of them pretty easily. After they're broken, they should come off pretty easy like this. There's some resistance, but it's not really that bad. So this one is probably going to be fine. We're going to end up inspecting all of our lug nuts and inspecting our studs. So when you're taking your lug nuts off, you want to make sure that everything is straight the whole time you're doing it. Zero rotation. Or easy like that, you can use your fingers. Not a big deal. Okay, this is the one that we were questioning on probably removing. Oh. Not a sound I like to hear. Find whatever position works best for you, but for me, this makes my head hurt a little bit less. It looks really stupid. This one is super duper stuck. Oh gosh. Alright, Hudson Cat's way. Ah! You should not be struggling like this after they're broken. Okay, this is turning into a Husband Cat one because if you have a guy available. If you want to work out, cool, go for it. But these are the times that husband cat gets utilized because he has more upper body strength than I do.
Let's talk about how to get rid of studs.
Well, and fortunately for you, I married you, so that means I have to keep you. But if I was by myself and I had to do it, if I was on the side of the road, I would do this. I would absolutely exhaust myself in the process, though. So if you have a husband cat available, or somebody that likes to go to the gym more than this person, because I need to start working out a little bit more, utilize that person. It just makes life easier, because just that was a pain in the butt. And look, he's grunting and moaning and complaining too. That would be me. I don't want to do that. So that one broke too. So we have two that have to be replaced. We bought lots and lots of lug nuts and studs for this very specific reason. And I guess he's just going to take over the rest of them. You are properly covered. Okay. And sometimes I don't mind. Like, if I know that I don't have much going on, I don't mind exhausting myself while I'm working on a vehicle. But it's just dumb to sit there and exhaust yourself when it's going to make you be exhausted for days. And when you're looking at them, you want to make sure, I guess I'm going to have to do like, alright, so when you're looking at these guys, I'm going to try to catch it with the camera. You want to inspect them and see that all of the threads look correct. This one's got like some gouge spots on it. I'm trying to get the camera to pick it up. But if you look right here-ish, you'll see some gouges. Go buy a new lug nut. They're not that expensive. Don't let it sit there and damage all your threads and stuff.
This one, baby.
But yeah, you want clearance. Probably end up replacing all of them just so we know that they're good for the truck. Also, I feel like the original Trailblazer is over there mocking us right now because she's like, oh, you thought you were going to get another Trailblazer. And like, look, that one's got all these problems and I'm a happy Trailblazer because I had a mommy that took care of me for years. Take care of your vehicles. All right. It's going to be stuck?
Oh, yeah.
I'll move over. Let me see. Alright, so once you have all your lug nuts off, normally you can just get your tire off. Clearly, this vehicle is going to be super-duper special. Nope, 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 nope. She is super stuck. And these tires are going to make another tire video of like when to replace your tires. Because this tire is messed up. Okay, so get a sledgehammer. Hit the tire in different spots. Sometimes that works. Sometimes you gotta wipe from this side. These are all great reasons to have your vehicle securely jacked up on jack stands. And again, if I did not have a husband cat available, I would sit here banging on the tire a bunch and fighting with it and everything else because clearly it is seized up. You can also kick it. Sometimes that works. Woo! And you want to be hitting all the different sides of it. There's a video of me helping get people tire off of a busted vehicle. It had two. Somehow I managed to two tires to mess over at the same time. And you had to burn somebody's thing. Yeah, wait. Oh, it is. It's come in a smidge because you can see that like this was all smushed, this was all flattened in a little bit. So this is working. But again, I have a husband cat for a reason. So the pattern is you hit one side, you hit the other side, you hit the top, you hit the bottom, you go on the other side of the tire and then do the same thing. And you're basically trying to loosen up all that rustiness that is there. And even though it looks like we're not putting a lot of force in here, so you're gonna hit a couple, like 1, 2, maybe 3 times over here, and you're gonna move to that side. And then you can do the top, hit the bottom. But not typical. Tires probably been on this truck for super long time. And you don't want to hit your rims because it makes noise and it's bad for the rims. So we're gonna keep fighting with this until we free it, and then we'll come back to you guys. I know, and let me know in the comments if you like the whole pausing thing, but I mean, we're 26 minutes in and we've paused a bunch, so I don't want to waste you guys' time. The other thing that you can do, because we've been banging on this for a little while, is after you've realized that it's sufficiently stuck on the vehicle, you're going to grab a lug nut and tighten it on there just a little bit. And you're going to grab another lug nut and tighten it on there just a little bit. So that way when you do have success, because you're like beating the crap out of this tire at this point because it's super stuck on the truck, it's not going to fly off on you. So he's hit it with the sledgehammer a bunch. We've kicked it, we've done a bunch of stuff. So another thing that you can do is you can like lay down and like kick it back and forth. I'm going to try that and see if that works, or kind of squat. But at this point, it's ridiculously stuck. So that's normally they come off when you put this much force on it. So yeah, it's moving a smidge because it was super stuck on there. So we're gonna have to keep doing this because the center was a little bit on there. I'm gonna get the Master Blaster stuff and spray just a teeny tiny speck in this inner seal. What'd you do with it? Oh, can you grab it for me? I'm also going to kick it around, but you really don't want to be doing that because your rotor is there and your brake pad and your caliper, and it's not really the best idea, but desperate times call for desperate measures. Because right now, it seems like it's almost there. So just a smidge. It's so ridiculous. So see, I know it's mobile right here because this was kind of down. For a second, it looked like it was about to drop. It's almost there. Man. So I'm gonna have him whack it a couple more times and we'll see where we go. Alright, so now we have a sledgehammer. We keep trying and it does not want to come off. I think it proves it right now. On my side, it looks like it really tough. Gotta be super careful on this side now too. That's where the jack stand is. Huh?
Is it a vehicle look good?
Yeah. Yeah, this side is not going to be able to get as much. This has got to be one of the most stuck tires I've ever dealt with. Oh, jeez. Stupid tire. Oh. It's like so close. I don't know why it's still stuck. Whoops. That's not good. Oh. Sorry guys. I didn't mean to hit you. Alright, pausing again so husband cat can try. You guys missed it. He did like hit, and then 2 taps, and then it came off. But this is why you do it, because otherwise the tire would have flew off at us. So now it is off. So use your knee on the bottom of the tire. Take the lug nuts off. Put on the outside safety. Notice that these tires are super bad. Yeah, you guys are getting a tire video out of these tires. Oh. Come on. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Come off all the way. And there's your tire. Wow. Great job is in your future, truck. Okay, have a tire. So now I'm gonna show you guys. You guys always get extra content out of me, so there's a heck of a lot of surface rust, but right here is your brake pad. Okay, let me turn the light on. Here's your brake pad. We don't have much left on there. So this is the metal part. That little piece right there, that's brake pad. So you want to see if you have, I'm trying to get you guys in a position, even wear on your pads. And these are pretty much like, we need new brakes. So given the amount of rust and everything else on here, we are going to end up changing out the rotors and the pads. But while you're in here, check out this kind of stuff, because that'll just save you time. So now what we got to do is, and actually husband cat might get mad at me because I might have to do a separate video on changing out the pads, because we got to take the caliper off to get the rotor off, to be able to get the 2 broken studs out too. So that may be in our future. So stand by, I'm gonna talk to him about this really quick. Hi everyone, I am back from AutoZone. I don't know where you guys left off because I paused you. But I now have brake rotors, and I have rotors and calipers and brake pads. So we are going to take our caliper off first, and I guess I'll have like another video going of like how to replace the brakes on a 2006 Chevy Trailblazer running at the same time as this one. So you are going to need ratchets and sockets and lots of other tools to get to the rest of the stuff with the removing of the studs. So we are going to take off the caliper mounting bracket, or the caliper. It is the mounting bracket, but we're taking the caliper bolts off, and so those are going to be the bigger bolts. They're about right here. The caliper bolts are right here, so if you just wanted to change your brakes, you could take them off and then pivot and then replace the brakes. But since we have to actually take the rotor off and everything, we're going to need to do the caliper mounting bolts. Bear with me, it's really cold. It's super duper cold. I have a little heat dish thing over here. It's like 40 something degrees. I don't want to be out here doing this, so just bear with me. All right, so we're gonna get an 18 socket for the caliper mounting bolt, which is the bigger bolt that's in the back. You're gonna take those two off, and if you want to change out your brake pads or anything like that, then you're going to need a 14 for your caliper bolt. Caliper bolt allows for clamshell application if you want to change out your pads. So let's see if this is going to fight here or not. I don't want to use the guy that does tricks because he is for spark plugs. Yeah, if I'm really wrenching on something, I don't want to use the guy that does tricks. I have this guy, but he does tricks, and he will break. I did not break one of him. Husband Cat did break one, and so if you're using something where you're really wrenching on something, if you have a ratchet that does tricks, don't do that. It's not good. Thank you. All right, let me get this. Spray. Should also spray before you loosen stuff up. Probably should have done that before we went to the water. Oh. This trail, but this one might end up being one that I utilize Husband Cat for more often. This thing has a lot of rust.
You said you wanted to get rid of studs.
Oh man. I changed out the brakes on mine a bunch. Odd. And I don't remember if I used give me the bar for the jack, please.
I think you did.
Well, no, I don't know if I have enough spacing to do it. Because I know that's what I use. That's why I like that jack. Yeah. Okay. It's one of those things where, like, when people are making videos, we're like, oh yeah, it's totally easy. Totally easy. It's not totally easy. They make it seem like it's totally easy, but it's not totally easy. But with the breaker bar, it is easy. And if your breaker bar happens to be the handle for your jack, that's cool. Whatever works. Leverage is your friend. Penetrating oil is your friend. This angle is not your friend. Oh. So once they're super loose, loosen them. And don't lose them. They're important. You will need them again. It's really not that big, but it's more so I don't want to go back to all this one. All right. Now we get to fight with the rotor to get the rotor off.
You want the bang on it?
No, we're definitely gonna bang on it. Gonna try to put a smidge of penetrating stuff in there. Because I was worried before about getting stuff on the rotor. I don't care about getting stuff on the rotor now because the rotor has been no longer needed. Is there anything moved up? You know, and I did see somewhere in the video, I don't think we have a bolt for it, but supposedly you can bolt here, and then put the pump, and then it'll make it pop off. That works now. I do care about the shield. Yeah, this is yeah. Ooh. I don't feel like we have, because that would be smart if we had. Do you have any random bolts here?
To my knowledge,
You don't have a bolt bit or something?
I got a screw in. I don't have random bolts.
You guys have an alarm going. Can you turn that alarm off, please? I have random bolts. Those are too big of bolts. See, this is harder because you have this shield. Having the shield is very specific problems. I'd love to know all of these rotors are. Always. Really love to know. This is super stuff. Alright, well, I'm going to pause you guys. It's going to be a lot of random banging until we get this off. So I'm going to let Hudson Cat work on banging on this for a little bit. And I'm going to see if there's anywhere that I have bolts that might be an approximate size. Because most of my bolts stay on the vehicles. But you never know. So we might have some bolts. Random bolts found. Oh, almost lost it. Yes, the idea. I don't remember where I saw it. I saw it at some point, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll have to remember that. Yes. Yes, but until no. So I found some random bolts. I'm super excited about it. Because, here's the idea. I just corrected that. So we're going to try what I saw at some point with these guys. We're going to try. Cool or bad? No. Yeah, and it just like, it's supposed to help smushes it off there. Pushes it off there. Yes! Yes! Hello. It's too much. It doesn't want to do it. But thank you. Thank you. Want to be broken? I want to. Okay, maybe it's not going to work. Is it going to work? That one just seems like it's not working. It's supposed to work. What happened? It's just spinning now. The internet lied to me. I think the internet lied to me. Man. It said that you could do it. It showed a video. It was a video. I saw a video. Either that or the red pattern.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was 2 extra studs you just threw in there.
No, they're not 2 studs that you screw in there. The size is totally different. Badass video. No dumb responses. Oh great, I got this. That's what it's stuck out. Or maybe I just hear. No, that's what we do.
Yeah, I think we got it.
Oh, see, yeah, it messed up the threads. So like once it got in there, it messed up the threads. So now this guy is not happy. He's sad. Stupid. I thought it was gonna be a good idea. Clearly, it was not a good idea. So let's just keep doing that. Alright, back to the just random begging on stuff. I got excited because I saw 2 screws that were the right size. Or bolts. So this is why like some DIY videos will make me mad. Because they don't show that like it's such a pain in the butt sometimes. Well, I'm gonna attempt to use the flathead screwdriver and like shove it between the space and see if that helps. But the space is the shroud, so I'm not really 100% on if that's gonna work. And clearly it is not working with this screwdriver. This screwdriver is very wide. No, this isn't bad. I don't. The only thing I can think of is maybe if you rack it this way. This is a pain. Sometimes, man. And I told Hudson Cat before we got this truck, I'm like, I don't want to buy any more vehicles. I don't want to buy any more vehicles. to buy one from New Jersey. This like, oh, this rust crap is for the birds. And I was even like trying to see if there were other methods that I just wasn't aware of. And it's like there's a tool where you can have here and then push it. Somebody used the caliper mounting bolts and then shoved it out that way. But the problem is that our caliper mounting bolts don't go anywhere near the rotor. They're on the back end, like back here, but well, in this orientation there. So I think it's just whacking it, which really just sucks. This whole thing sucks. So I'm gonna pause you guys again. And let husband cat keep whacking on it, and I'm gonna overly lubricate the other one since now we know that we have brake job involvement, because I don't care about that other rotor at all now, and now this one's all chipped up. So that's where we're at. We have mobility. We have mobility. Let me see. This might be the shot. Oh, come on. Seriously? Mobility, though. I thought this was going to be a shot. You guys missed the other one. That has a lot of mobility. Finally. You're such a bad. You're like so almost there. Get this. Man, so much plastic on this truck. What? Oh, lug nuts, because this is going to topple over and try to break my foot whenever I get it to come off. You're giving the Trailblazers a bad name with all this plastic stuff you're doing. Eye protection. Can you hand me the lubricant? Please. Thank you. Oh, come on, you're almost there. The other Trailblazer would already just come off of here. She's a good girl. Are you just going to be the bratty Trailblazer? You're like if the Trailblazer and Big Sexy had a baby. dumb. We are really dumb. Take the e-brake off. Oh man, this was a fail for the win. We've been fighting against the e-brake, which is going to be shoes, I think. Yep. Which means I now get to overly clean the shoes. That was a dumb move. Don't do that. Don't do what I just did. That was dumb. We've been fighting against a very good e-brake that is now saturated and penetrating stuff. Because it's a drum. I don't think my Trailblazer is like this. So now I need brake fluid, or brake cleaner. A lot of it. Because I just put a bunch of penetrating oil all over this. That was dumb. You're really? I didn't mean all those insults that I said to you. I really didn't mean all that. That was really not. I was upset because you weren't. I didn't think you were working properly, Trailblazer. My apologies go out to you for the things that I said when I was grumpy. I think you're a great Trailblazer. I think you have a lot of rust that you're going to deal with. And I'm so very sorry that I've said all these mean things that you've been banging around. And I'm actually super happy with you because I thought that your studs, your replacement, had like the little shroudy stuff, and I love that your studs are all exposed like that. I think that's fantastic. I think you are such a good girl, and I am so very sorry that we've been not nice to you. Because I guess when I did my brakes on my Trailblazer, which you are now my Trailblazer too, I didn't notice this, or maybe you're different. I don't know. I'm very sorry that I sprayed penetrating oil all over your shoes. I'm so sorry about that. I did not see your shoes, okay? I did not know you had shoes under there. I am sorry. That was a dumb move on my part, and I'm going to get roasted in the comments because I made a boo-boo. But sometimes I make boo-boos. So, pause the brake job one. Because now I have to remove studs. Alright, so back to removing studs. Back away at something else. Well, since there's so much you know what? They're easy and we have enough. I'm just gonna get them all out. I'm just gonna change them all. I don't even care. I thought I'd have to fight them all the whole way through. I don't have to. Bye-bye, old studs. See you later. Thank you for your service. It's appreciated. Alright. Let me go get the new studs. And that's it. That's how you take studs out. You just bang the crap out of them. So if you have studs that you don't like, you just bang them out. It's easy. I need the new studs. I have banged the old studs, made them leave.
You're
Now,
not as experienced as those.
these studs were very experienced. They're so experienced that they were squealing all over the place. And they didn't know what they wanted to do. So I had to bang them out. I had to bang them. And now they're gone. Bye-bye studs. And now we're going to get some new studs. Because the Trailblazer wants new studs. So I need 6 studs. S'il vous plaît. Oh, can you bring the little gear guy back over here too? Oh, these are like this. I don't know. Alright, so this is what a new stud looks like. You gotta take him out of the plastic, because, you know. Are these the studs that you got, or are these the studs that I got? Because there's a Home Depot bag that has washers in it, and I need the washers.
Where's the Home Depot bag?
Probably in Big Sexy. Yeah, interesting. Can you give me these first? It is 40-something degrees, and it's super cold. I am not a fan of the super cold. He doesn't understand. I really want the fan. Alright, so I just put those in for posterity's sake, mainly. So that I have more things to grab onto. Probably shouldn't make all the studs out at the same time. That was probably a really dumb idea on my part. But you live and you learn, and you know it's fun. Alright, the noise alarm. Alright. I have washers as spacers. They're supposed to be like a little tool that you can do. I didn't have time to get the tool. So very likely will not want to bang out all the studs. If you have to replace your studs, you would probably want to do it one by one. Probably going to be more problematic, but you know, many days out here to find something in our place. Wheel nuts. I just call it blood nuts. They're wheel nuts. We're going to use our technical terms. So we're replacing wheel nuts and wheel studs. Now we're just waiting patiently for our washers and our husband cat. Probably could have used some of the washers from the kit that I bought over there. I bought some at Home Depot. Stand by, we have to find washers. Alright, so I found the washers. You're going to put your washers on like so. And then you're going to put your leg nut on like so. So you don't want to be mobile or fall down and be gross. sprockets. Ugh. This one is already pre-prepared. That is not. That's going to be very obnoxious. Yeah. No, that is going to not being able
It's
to.
a half inch.
What?
It's a half inch.
You wrench it down, and what it's doing is it's pulling it through. These washers actually, or the one that's boring a hole in the washers that I got. Yeah. Can you give me some grease of some sort? People were talking. Can you give me some grease? People were talking about adding grease to these, and I wanted to test it without it to see. And what it does, I guess, without grease is it starts boring a little bit of a hole. This one was still pivoting, but I mean, I can check it and see, but I don't think it's going to be properly seated now. Well, before I pull it, I probably know if I can dig the other ones that I need to.
Apple grease would be.
Yeah. Just give me a sec. I'm trying to dig the other ones in, so there's two, so they're stuck in there and I'll have all of them. If you just start pulling them through a little bit, then they're going to get sucked in. I'm not going to do it and mess up all the washers. Alright, so that one's in there a little bit. Alright, so right now we've got some clearance, but not a lot. And we're going to go ahead and put washers on here and see. Just make sure that works out. Yeah, these washers are junk. Messing it all up. It's sucking it in, but it's messing with the washers. I just got cheap washers. Alright, let me see the grease. Still super not a fan of doing grease on somebody's gonna have lug nuts. So if you do the grease route, make sure you have some brake cleaner and really go to town on that. So that way you're not worried about the threads on your lug nuts. Because I would be worried about the threads on my lug nuts. Do we have brake cleaner?
Yeah, we have stuff that drives the car.
So I will be getting some brake cleaner because I'm not a fan. Give me a paper towel, please. And I may end up investing in one of those little tools. I just didn't have a chance. It's basically just a washer that is super strong and going to be super mobile. That's all it is. And you just tighten this guy up and have to pull through. Once you get to the fun part of it being tight, pull out your handy dandy breaker bar. And you just pull it through until that new stud goes all the way in. And I will be taking the camera, I will be moving it down here so you guys can see. Right now, this is just easier. I'm almost to where I need to be. Show you guys what that's supposed to look like. And that'll be the end of your how to change out the studs. Alright, so this one is done. So you want to pull it all the way in. And if you notice, this one is still super mobile. So as it pulls it in, it has these little striations right here. And it sucks it in. This one I pulled in just a little bit, just with the lug nut, real quick. And then this one's still super mobile. So you just keep tightening them in, and then you're going to put your rotor back on there, and you'll put your caliper back on there. If you need to change your brake pads, it'll be a perfect opportunity. Again, if you use a grease on these studs, then what you're going to do is you're going to overly clean all this out with brake cleaner. And that's it. So aside from the fact that this vehicle is super rusty and super bratty because it's rusty, it's really not that hard to do a lot of your vehicular maintenance. So you guys like and subscribe. Have a fantastic day and be happy that you're not working on your vehicle in 40 degrees because it's not fun. Okay? But I am super excited because I really thought that the studs were going to be a lot more annoying to change out. Because like on the Toyotas, they're more annoying and they have to have like a little cubby. This just happened to work out perfectly for us. So have a great day, like and subscribe. See you next time. Bye!